You've been told your whole life that motivation is the key. You've been told that if you find the right quote, the right speech, the right spark, everything will change. You've been told that once you feel inspired, once you feel that fire, you'll finally take action. But let me ask you a question. How many times has that worked? How many times have you felt motivated at night, ready to conquer the world, and then woken up the next morning exhausted, uninspired, and right back where you started? Motivation is a liar. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation is a guest that comes when life is easy but vanishes when life gets hard. It shows up when you already feel strong, but it abandons you when you are weak. It is there when the sun is shining, but it hides when the storm begins. If you build your life on motivation, you build on sand. The moment pressure comes, the moment fear rises, the moment fatigue sets in, the foundation collapses. Discipline is different. Discipline is stronger than motivation. Discipline is not emotional. Discipline is not fragile. Discipline is not temporary. Discipline does not care about your feelings, your moods, or your excuses. Discipline does not ask, "Do you feel like it today?" Discipline commands, "Do it anyway." This is the myth we must destroy, the myth that you need motivation to act. You don't. You never did. What you need is discipline. What you need is the ability to act without waiting for feelings. What you need is the strength to keep your promises even when every part of you wants to quit. Motivation gets you started once. Discipline keeps you going forever. Most people don't understand this. Most people waste their lives chasing motivation. They scroll through endless videos, searching for that one line that will change them. They attend seminars, read books, listen to speeches, hoping for the spark that will finally give them courage. And for a moment, they feel alive. For a moment, they feel unstoppable. But the moment fades. The fire burns out. And they are left with nothing but the same excuses. But that person, the one you must become, does not chase sparks. That person builds a fire that never goes out. That person understands that sparks are useless without fuel. And the fuel is discipline. Discipline is waking up when the alarm rings, even when your body begs for more sleep. Discipline is going to the gym when your muscles ache and your mind screams for rest. Discipline is steadying when your friends are partying, saving when others are spending, working when others are sleeping. Discipline is doing the thing you said you would do, whether you feel like it or not. Motivation says, "I'll do it when I feel ready." Discipline says, "I'll do it until I'm ready." Motivation waits for the mood. Discipline creates the mood. Motivation is about feelings. Discipline is about standards. Think about the times you relied on motivation. How long did it last? A day? A week? Maybe a month? And then what? The moment the feelings left, the progress stopped. How many diets have failed because motivation faded? How many gym memberships go unused because the spark burned out? How many dreams have died in the graveyard of "I don't feel like it today"? Too many. Now think about the times you relied on discipline. Think about the moments you pushed through when you didn't want to, when you acted even though you felt nothing. Did you regret it? Did you regret showing up? Did you regret keeping your promise? Never. Because discipline always pays. Discipline always delivers. Discipline always wins. And here's the truth, every time you choose discipline, you grow stronger. Every time you keep your word to yourself, you build trust. Every time you act without waiting for feelings, you build confidence. This is the foundation of true power. Not words, not emotions, not inspiration. Action. Consistent, disciplined action. Most people wait. That person moves. Most people excuse. That person decides. Most people quit. That person endures. Most people depend on motivation. That person lives by discipline. Discipline is stronger than motivation because discipline is permanent. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is built. Motivation is borrowed. Discipline is forged through repetition, sacrifice, and commitment. Motivation is stolen from someone else's words and disappears the moment life gets hard. And here is the paradox. Once you live by discipline, you don't need motivation anymore. Action itself becomes your fuel. Progress itself becomes your inspiration. Growth itself becomes your motivation. You realize that feelings follow action, not the other way around. The disciplined person wakes up tired and acts anyway. They go to work anxious and act anyway. They face fear and act anyway. And every time they act, they rise. Every time they act, they build momentum. Every time they act, they separate themselves from the rest of the world that is still waiting, still hoping, still depending on motivation. So let this be the refrain of your life: discipline is stronger than motivation. Say it once. Say it again. Let it cut through the lies. Let it echo in your chest. Let it burn away every excuse. Discipline is stronger than motivation. Motivation will fail you. Discipline will save you. Motivation will vanish. Discipline will endure. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline is a companion for life. Motivation may carry you for a day. Discipline will carry you for decades. This is the beginning of the truth. This is the foundation of change. This is the call you cannot ignore. If you want to build a life that matters, if you want to achieve goals that last, if you want to become someone you can respect, stop waiting for motivation and start building discipline. Discipline is stronger than motivation. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is the only way forward. Most people live their lives on pause. They wait for the right conditions, the right feelings, the right moment. They say, "I'll start when I feel motivated." But the disciplined person knows better. The disciplined person understands that if you wait for motivation, you'll wait forever. Discipline does not wait. Discipline acts. Most people quit when the feelings fade. They start a diet, and for the first week they are excited. They post pictures, they make promises, they tell the world. But then the cravings come, the excitement dies, and they give up. The disciplined person feels the same cravings, the same fatigue, the same doubts, but they keep going. And because they keep going, their body changes, their life changes, their confidence changes. Discipline is stronger than motivation because it is not about how you feel. It is about who you are. Motivation is about moods. Discipline is about identity. When you live by discipline, you are no longer a slave to your emotions. You are guided by your standards. Mini story 1. There was a man who wanted to change his life. Every January, he bought a gym membership. For 2 weeks, he went every day. He felt motivated. He felt strong. But by February, the fire was gone. Another man, no different in talent or strength, chose discipline instead. He went to the gym no matter what. Rain or shine, tired or energized, busy or free, he went. A year later, his body told the truth. Not motivation. Discipline. Mini story 2. A young woman dreamed of writing a book. She waited for the perfect idea, the perfect time, the perfect inspiration. But it never came. Another woman decided differently. She wrote every day. Some days the words were terrible. Some days she hated the page. But she wrote anyway. Months later, her book was finished. Not because of inspiration, because of discipline. Mini story 3. A student wanted to become a doctor. He studied only when he felt motivated. But the distractions won. His grades fell, his dream slipped away. Another student made a different choice. He studied every day, no matter how he felt. Some nights he was exhausted. Some mornings his mind resisted. But he sat down anyway. Years later, he wore the white coat. Discipline, not motivation, put it on his shoulders. Mini story 4. A man wanted to start a business. He waited for the economy to improve, for his courage to appear, for the perfect plan. Years passed, and his idea stayed trapped in his notebook. Another man acted with nothing. He failed. He adjusted. He tried again. And years later, his company thrived. The difference was not intelligence. It was not luck. It was discipline. Mini story 5. A boy wanted to learn the piano. He practiced only when he felt inspired. But soon he got bored and quit. Another boy sat down every day for 20 minutes, no matter how he felt. Some days he loved it. Some days he hated it. But he practiced anyway. A year later, he played beautifully. Not because of talent, because of discipline. This is the pattern. Over and over, the world shows us discipline wins. Not once, not sometimes, but always. Most people want results without sacrifice. They want success without the struggle. They want progress without the pain. They think motivation is enough. But motivation cannot carry you through fear, through doubt, through fatigue. Only discipline can. Motivation may inspire you for a day. Discipline will carry you for decades. Discipline is stronger than motivation because discipline builds consistency. And consistency builds greatness. One workout will not transform you. One study session will not make you brilliant. $1 saved will not make you rich. But repeated daily, these small actions create massive results. Motivation cannot give you that. Discipline can. Most people run from fear. They let fear tell them to wait, to stop, to quit. But the disciplined person hears fear and moves anyway. Discipline gives you the strength to act while afraid. Discipline says, yes, I am scared. Yes, I might fail. And I will do it anyway. Most people live by emotions. The disciplined person lives by standards. Most people wait for permission. The disciplined person creates their own. Most people hope. The disciplined person acts. And here's the paradox. Once you choose discipline, you no longer need motivation. Action itself becomes your fuel. Progress itself becomes your inspiration. Growth itself becomes your motivation. When you act first, feelings follow. But if you wait for feelings, you will never act. Look at history. Every great achievement was built not in perfect moments, but in imperfect ones. Not in easy times, but in hard times. Not when the world was ready, but when someone decided to act. Discipline made discoveries. Discipline built inventions. Discipline led revolutions. Motivation is fragile. Discipline is unbreakable. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline is a companion for life. Motivation may push you once. Discipline will push you every day. Most people will keep waiting. Most people will keep excusing. Most people will keep quitting. But you can be different. You can be that person. The one who lives by discipline. The one who acts now. The one who never waits for the perfect moment. Say it again, discipline is stronger than motivation. Say it until there is no doubt left. Say it until it becomes who you are. Because this is not just about habits. This is about identity. You are either the person who waits or the person who acts. You are either the person who depends on feelings or the person who depends on standards. Be that person. The disciplined one. The one who shows up when no one else does. The one who keeps going when everyone else quits. The one who builds when everyone else waits. The one who wins because discipline always wins. You know the truth now. You have seen it. You have felt it. Motivation is not enough. Motivation is fragile. Motivation is fleeting. Motivation will leave you the moment life becomes hard. But discipline is stronger. Discipline does not leave. Discipline does not bend. Discipline does not ask for permission. Discipline does not wait for the perfect moment. Discipline acts. And this is where most people fail. They hear the truth, they nod their heads, they feel the power in their chest, and then they do nothing. They walk away inspired but unchanged. They wait for the next video, the next quote, the next spark. They wait for motivation to strike again. And once again, they wait in vain. Most people will die waiting. Waiting for courage. Waiting for support. Waiting for confidence. Waiting for permission. Waiting for the perfect moment. And someday becomes never. Their dreams remain dreams. Their potential dies inside them. But that person, the one you must become, chooses differently. That person does not wait. That person acts. That person understands that readiness is not a requirement. That person understands that courage is built through action, not before it. That person understands that motivation is the result, not the cause. Discipline is stronger than motivation because discipline builds identity. Every time you choose discipline, you teach yourself who you are. Every time you keep your promises, you prove that you can be trusted. Every time you act without waiting, you tell yourself, I am someone who does what I say I will do. And that is the foundation of confidence. That is the foundation of greatness. Most people break their promises to themselves. They say they will wake up early, but they hit snooze. They say they will start the project, but they delay. They say they will stay consistent, but they quit. And with every broken promise, their self-respect dies. Their confidence fades. Their identity weakens. But the disciplined person does the opposite. The disciplined person keeps their promises, no matter how small. They wake up when they said they would. They train when they said they would. They study when they said they would. And with every kept promise, they grow stronger. Their confidence rises. Their identity solidifies. They know who they are because they prove it daily. Discipline is stronger than motivation because discipline endures failure. Motivation dies when you fall. Motivation disappears when you face defeat. Motivation vanishes when you stumble. But discipline stands back up. Discipline learns. Discipline adjusts. Discipline tries again. That is why the disciplined succeed, not because they never fail, but because they never stop. Mini story 1. A man wanted to change his life. He waited for motivation, and it never came. He spent years stuck in the same place. Another man chose discipline. He acted every day, even when he was tired, even when he was scared. And years later, his life was unrecognizable. The difference was not talent. The difference was not luck. The difference was discipline. Mini story 2. A woman wanted to run a marathon. She waited for the perfect training plan, the perfect weather, the perfect shoes. She waited so long that the dream slipped away. Another woman laced up what she had and started running. Some days it hurt. Some days she hated it. But she kept going. Months later, she crossed the finish line. Not because of motivation, because of discipline. Mini story 3. A young man wanted to build a business. He waited for the economy to improve, for investors to appear, for the fear to vanish. But while he waited, others acted. They failed. They learned. They tried again. And they grew. Years later, those who acted had thriving companies, while he still held nothing but ideas. Action beats waiting. Discipline beats delay. Always. This is why discipline is stronger than motivation. Motivation makes promises it cannot keep. Discipline keeps promises even when it hurts. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline is a companion for life. Motivation asks. Discipline commands. Motivation fades. Discipline endures. Most people will keep waiting. But you are not most people. You are here. You are listening. You are awake. And now you must decide. Will you keep waiting, or will you act? Will you depend on feelings, or will you depend on standards? Will you live by motivation, or will you live by discipline? Say it with me, discipline is stronger than motivation. Again, discipline is stronger than motivation. Louder, discipline is stronger than motivation. Let it echo until it becomes who you are. Because this is not just about habits. This is about life. This is about freedom. This is about becoming the person you were meant to be. The world does not need more motivated people. The world needs more disciplined people. Your family needs that person. Your community needs that person. But most of all, you need that person. Because that person is who you really are. That person is waiting inside you, waiting for you to stop waiting and start acting. So stop waiting. Stop excusing. Stop believing the lie of the perfect moment. It will never come. But you don't need it. You only need today. You only need now. You only need discipline. One day you will look back, and you will not thank motivation. You will thank discipline. You will thank the mornings you got up when you wanted to sleep. You will thank the nights you worked when you wanted to quit. You will thank the moments you acted when no one was watching. You will thank yourself for refusing to wait. This is your choice. This is your moment. This is your life. Discipline is stronger than motivation. Choose it today. Choose it now. Choose it forever. Be that person. The disciplined one. The one who acts. The one who builds. The one who endures. The one who wins. Because motivation will fade, but discipline will last. And in the end, discipline will set you free.